Today, we're gonna be taking the first step to build our test PC. I generally don't wanna use Nova for testing because, well, it is my main computer. I play games on it. I edit all of these videos on it. I would be completely screwed if I completely ruined that PC. So I need a platform in which I can always have in some sort of state of being built or taken apart. Because of that, we're gonna need a sort of special case. And I think we got it. This behemoth, if I can hold it up, there we go, is the Thermaltake P3. And it's gonna be an experience to at least put it together, so let's do that. So, well, from the box, you can tell that Thermaltake is still trying to sell their products in a store because this is more than I've seen on most boxes for cases that are relatively new. So, we know it comes with a PCIe riser cable, which is gonna be pretty interesting because the Thermaltake cables have actually tested fairly well from what I can understand. Of course, we got our case, we got this fake accolade right here. This literally stands for Thermaltake Liquid Cooling Solution Certified. It's a case by Thermaltake. Of course, it's going to be certified for liquid cooling. But Thermaltake did make a huge push in the liquid cooling market in the last few years. That being said, this part's actually kind of interesting. It tells you that it is 55 millimeter thick tempered glass, which is actually not insignificant. So we'll be able to take a look at all of that. So everything comes with a riser cable and all that stuff. I've already kind of popped it open just to see what I was getting myself into. And I've gotten myself into something for sure. That's our tempered glass panel right there. Ooh, we're free. All right, so we got tape all around the sides. It's an unusual case to unbox. Like, almost never does a case come completely in foam like this. And I'm gonna guess that some assembly is going to be required. So we're gonna, wow. And there's our tempered glass panel. That is some thick tempered glass. They were not exaggerating. There's some rubber stoppers for vibrations, but like, that is thick. I would not actually feel too worried about that. That is pretty heavy too, so I will give it to them. That is certainly a beefy piece of glass. Wow. Oh, okay. It actually came more assembled than I thought it would. So this right here is the main chassis. And again, thick material on this. Like, this right here is actually quite premium. I did not pay that much for this case, but I don't know if I've ever had a case that's had this thick of metal on it. Whole thing's held on the back with thumb screws. We got our mounts for full ATX, eATX. These are the PCIe spots. These hold additional hard drives or mounting for a radiator, which is what we're going to put on it. Granted, that airflow pattern might actually kind of suck. Accessories! Okay, so these poles are actually smaller than I thought. Whoa, but chunkier than I thought they would be. Okay, so, oh, these feet, I thought they were plastic, but well, they might still be plastic. Okay, so this is the case. The entirety of the case can fit into just these boxes. We got some feet, which, let's take them out of the plastic. See, they are plastic, but they're thick plastic that is lined with metal. So this part's metal, this part's plastic. Not too bad. These are impressive. These are like, these feel like pure metal dowels. They are. Oh my God. These are solid metal dowels. That's impressive. And the whole thing comes together kind of like I thought it would. With the inside is threaded, and it looks like, if I can see in there properly, it might be that the whole thing threads all the way down. They may have threaded it. It's a fingerprint magnet for sure, but, because this side's threaded, can I see through? No, I cannot, so it's not threaded all the way down. But I originally wanted to see what this material was because I couldn't really tell if it was full metal or not. And because it is, we can mount stuff to these rails pretty easily, and I would have very little hesitation on doing so. And then I might actually buy some lock washers to put on this side to prevent it from backing off. I'm gonna be doing a trip to the hardware store anyway because I have some interesting mods for this case in mind. So, we got our 4 rails. The one I played with, another foot. Instructions, which I'm actually gonna have to look at for once. What the? Standoffs. For what though? We'll have to find out in the manual, I guess. Yeah. Hard drive, or not hard drive, power supply. All of the mounting stuffs. And maybe this is for the PCIe? I'm not 100% sure. No, because this is for the PCIe. Yeah, because this is PCIe. It goes like that. I don't know. We'll find out in the manual. This looks like additional PCIe slots, doesn't it? Why would you need this? Or this? Or this? Actually, I know what this is. So, and our Thermaltake riser cable is actually not half bad looking. Yeah. I'm actually kind of surprised. Thermaltake can be very hit or miss on whether or not it's truly quality or not. This is quality. Like, those grommets are in there pretty well. Like, let's take off this back panel and take a look. This is the most assembled part of this case. These are some thin thumb screws. Kind of like it, makes it easier to get in here. All right, and then is there a secret? Does it slide? Does it just clip? How do you come off? Like that. I mean, look at this. This is pretty simple. Hard drive cages. Wonder why this isn't an SSD mount. There is no, I'm guessing this is probably support for something then. I mean, it looks like it was supposed to be. I don't know. We'll find out. Literally, all your IOs right here. Cable management probably all goes through here. There's plenty of room to manage cables, so you can keep it looking clean on the front. For our IO, that is a satisfying, like, that is a very satisfying button. So is that. And then USB 2, USB 3, audio. Thermaltake logo doesn't look as atrocious as it has in the past on some of the cases I've worked in from them. So yeah, all in all, like, really solid. So let's start the comical process of watching me try to actually assemble this thing properly. All right, so the instructions are not very clear on how any of this actually works or how it all comes together. So I'm going to wing it because that is how professionals do things. Let's get our, those feet are for when you set it up in test bed configuration. You can actually right on the back. I'm not going to use them because I'm actually going to use this in its vertical layout primarily. Thermaltake still includes a case speaker. Oh man. At least it would allow me, if I really wanted to, use a cheaper motherboard, but that way I can actually use the speaker for post codes. And then we got it. Oh wow, they're just mixed together. Oh, great. Great, 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 great. And then we got some longer screws, and then we got some said this would be like the IKEA of building a computer case, I was not exaggerating. Like so, and then just kind of bolt in here. But if I put the feet on, no, I think I'm gonna need the feet on because I'm gonna get everything set up in the vertical layout. So I think I need the feet. Okay, so we're gonna start with the feet. Yeah, I think it's supposed to go just like that, facing outward towards where the glass would hang, as well. That's gonna be quite heavy. So it just shows through 3 screws. Doesn't even tell you what size they are. They look kind of long though, so I mean that would make sense for them to be kind of long. They look like they're probably these guys. But which one are they? Are they the ones with the head or the ones with the... God damn, Thermaltake. I knew this would be hard. I openly knew that it would be hard. I said to myself, I'm going to record this video because I know for a fact that building this case is going to be both comical and difficult. So I have no right to complain by the fact that I am going to have to try really hard not to curse up a storm while building this case. Son of a biscuit. That did not last very long. That one was just in there real tight. Cool. See, now I can get to the bottom of the feet so I can get the bolts lined up through here. Which means I can then put it this way through here. Ah, yes, these are the right ones, I think. And with that, it is built. And boy, was that an interesting thing to build. One thing of note immediately, there's a lot of quality materials on that, and I wasn't really expecting that for a case that retails roughly around $100. So I'm kind of surprised. The whole body is steel. The little dowels are aluminum, but they're also solid aluminum, which actually I was a little shocked by. Not to mention, the whole thing came together much easier than I thought it would. I mean, it did have its difficulty, I'm not gonna lie. It was not a walk in the park type of thing to build, but it's sturdy, and I easily feel like I could build a test system in this and it'd be amazing. That being said, there are totally gonna be some case mods that we're gonna do. I need to figure out the logistics of it. I'm gonna be dropping it into Blender to try to figure out how it's gonna come together, but I want to do something that mounts on these rails. Like, I think I can easily get some fans up here. There's gonna be enough room clearance between the motherboard that if I had something that attached to the rails, but then like came up like this, it would look pretty nice. Not to mention, I could also do a similar mount right here on the front, again, attaching to these rails, because these are solid rails. And now that they're in with the glass, like they're structural. This whole thing, when weighed down properly, is not gonna wobble all that much. I mean, look at this thing. It is a little heavy, like forward heavy, but I could expect that. So what we could do is we can centralize some of the weight, maybe even put some weight in the back of the system to make sure that it weighs down properly. Either way, I love how it came out, and like this, you can actually lift the whole system up like this. It's awesome. So yeah, I'm excited to mess around with it, but it's going to be at least 4 weeks, at least 4 to 6 weeks before we actually have all the parts necessary to build this thing. So yeah, if not more, it all depends on how the universe holds up. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, you can leave a like, comment, subscribe. I do content like this every single week. We've got more stuff coming, and we never really stop. In fact, I actually need you guys to help me suggest a name. What should we call the test PC? I mean, I don't want to really call it just the test PC. I want to give it a real proper name. Supernova is the name of my main desktop. So what will this one be called? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys again. Wolfie out.